if we see in the request, you are getting this error, right? You are getting http status 404 not found error. If I try to complete the payment just by entering the card details, like I am entering the card details, and if I just click on this next button, basically I get an error message. For example, if I click the next button now, you can see this goes like this, and then we get this error page. Now after our fixes, let's see whether it is working now or not, or still any other fix is needed. We will see that. So I have just entered the 16-digit card number, and I can add this card verification number also. Right now, guys, I will click on next, and you can see after this, you can see this type of screen is getting loaded, and after that, hopefully, the payment detail should be submitted. So let's wait whether it will throw in some error or it will proceed to the next order confirmation section. So you can see now it has proceeded to the next section. Hello friends, welcome to the 95th session of Hybris tutorial. Guys, in this session, we are going to see how we can fix the payment related issue. So what I am saying guys, when you go to the B2C Accelerator storefront and when you try to complete the payment, for example, I am on the payment section, and if I try to complete the payment just by entering the card details, like I am entering the card details, and if I just click on this next button, basically I get an error message. For example, if I click the next button now, you can see this goes like this, and then we get this error page. So if you see in the error logs also, you will see you will get this error: request method post not supported. You will not find any other details why this error is coming, but this error is very much frequently searched on the internet as well. So today we will be discussing this error in detail, why this error is coming up and how we can fix. Since this error can come up because of the multiple regions, this is why we will be discussing this error in detail. Since course filter is also a related topic to this error, we will be discussing the filter briefly. Also, we will be discussing the different payment methods, what is HOP and SOP, and direct payment implementation. We will be discussing all these 3 points. So I hope this video is going to be very informative for you. And guys, if I show you, I have this one server running up on port number 9002, and here you can see I am getting this error, right? I am getting this error, but I have another server which is running on port number 9022, and here you can see I am able to go to the last section. Also I am able to submit the payment details, and I can even click on this, and I can even place the order as well. So how I have fixed this error, that also we are going to discuss in this video. And guys, how I am able to open these storefronts, B2C storefronts, because I have done the B2C accelerator setup in my local system. In case you have not done this setup, you can watch my video related to the setup of B2C accelerator storefront, and you can also have this setup in your local system. But for now, since I have this setup, so I will directly show you about this error, why this error is coming up. So for that guys, what I will do, I will just enable my debug points. So you can see I have just enabled my debug points, and I have already created one video on this topic as well, how to start your hybrid server in the debug mode. So I have started my server in the debug mode. Now guys, what I will do, I will just submit the payment section again. So why I'm showing you, so I want to show you the code logic which basically gets implemented when you submit the payment section. So you can see guys, I'm just submitting the card details. So you can see I'm submitting, you can say I can select the MasterCard, and then I can give any card number, 16-digit card number I am just giving, and you can see I have given the 16-digit card number, and then I have just already entered the other details. Now guys, if you see our the first point discussion on the course filter, so the course filter will now kick in when I will submit this payment section. Okay, so before we discuss the course filter, I will like to briefly discuss what is HOP, what is SOP implementation and direct implementation, right? So what is HOP implementation? So HOP means a hosted order implementation, and SOP means silent order post. What is silent order post and what is hosted order phase implementation? We will be discussing this. And third one is the direct implementation. So what are the examples of HOP implementation and SOP implementation? Guys, if you see, I have just opened a random website, and if you see here, I have these payment options. One is the PayPal, right? Second is pay with Klarna, and third one is pay by card. So here, if I select the PayPal option, and if I click on proceed to PayPal, you will see that system will go to, or it will redirect to a third party portal, which is the PayPal portal. Basically their user has to fill his details and user has to complete the payment, right? Once the payment is completed, then again flow comes to this website. So you can see, if I click on proceed to PayPal, right, it is redirecting me to a third party website, or it is redirecting me to the PayPal portal. So you can see, I am redirected to the PayPal portal, and I have to submit my card details or submit my account details, and then I have to make the payment, and then flow will come back to my original website. So this is called as the HOP payment method. So it means there is a hosted order payment, so which means there is a third party payment method which is hosted on the website. So I hope it is clear to you what is the meaning of HOP implementation. Similarly guys, if I select this option, pay by card, so here user will not know anything, right? He will be entering his card details and everything, right? In the backend, we will be submitting, or this application will be submitting the user details directly to the payment service provider, right? So but in this PayPal, right, there is no interference of this portal or this application or this website, right? But in this pay by card, the user card details will be passed to the PSP from this application server, right? So this means in this case there is a chance of interference for the user credentials, right? But here user credentials will not be interfered by this website. It will be directly communicating with the PayPal portal itself. So this method is called as SOP implementation. This is called as HOP implementation. I hope it is clear to you, because in this SOP implementation, right, user will not be redirected to any third party page, right? Here he will remain on the same page. He will enter his card details, right? Then this application will submit these credentials to the third party PSP, and the PSP will verify the card details of the user, and then will allow us to submit the order. But I hope it is clear to you. Now the third implementation is when you are interacting with the PSP or payment service provider directly using the APIs. That is called as the direct payment implementation. This is the example pay with Klarna. Here we are interacting with Klarna through the APIs itself. So Klarna is a direct implementation example, direct payment implementation example. So I hope now it is clear to you what is HOP implementation, SOP implementation, and direct implementation. I will be bringing a detailed video on this implementation, on the implementation HOP, SOP, and direct implementation, where I will be actually showing you the practical code example also for these implementations. But still, I hope now it is clear to you what is HOP, SOP, and direct implementation. Right now, guys, we will be discussing the course filter. So when I will be submitting the payment section, so I will go back to my storefront. So guys, now you can see when I submit this payment section, When I submit this payment section, and you can see in the backend, I am just enabling my debug points. So you can see I have enabled my debug point and I'm going to submit the payment section. As soon as I submit the payment section, you can see a call is going in the backend. So you can see this is the call which is going in the backend. And if you see, this is a post call, and the URL is this slash accelerator services slash SOP mock and the process, which means this is a SOP mock call, right? So basically this is SOP, and now you are well aware what is SOP and HOP call, right? And in this call, if I show you the payload, you can see in this payload I have passed everything. I have passed even the email address, card number, name on the card, everything I have passed in the payload, right, of this request. And if you see, you will see over here the response which we will receive from this request, right? Now if I go back right here, guys, you can see the request is firstly landing on the course filter. Right, in the course filter the request is getting landed. Here we will be firstly checking whether this request is valid or not. So this line will return me that whether the request is valid or not. If it is not valid, then directly the system will throw error invalid course request. That is why you have seen in even in your project also there will be an error invalid core request. So this is the filter which you need to debug, right, for the issue. For example, in our current issue we will see what is the problem, right? So I am in the core filter. Now guys, I can go further. Here I am checking whether the request is valid or not, right? So it will be going into this process request method, right? So where this process request method is written, it is written in the default course processor, right? Here we have written this, but this will basically tell me whether this is a valid request or not. So you can see now it is telling yes, it's a valid request based on the logic we have written in this API. Now, whether if the request is valid, then it is basically calling the next filter in the chain, and then the request will land on the controller. And since you are well aware that this request is a SOP call, right? So which means this, submission of the payment form, right? Using the card, this is a SOP call, right? Now it will go into the controller, and which one is the controller for the SOP call, that we will also discuss. Which one is for the SOP call and which one is for the HOP call, right? If I show you, this is the controller silent order post mock controller dot java. This is the controller which is written for the, or this will be called when a SOP request is made. Okay, and when a HOP request is made, HOP, I have already told you what is HOP. For example, the payment PayPal API. So then this hosted order pays mock controller dot java, this controller will be called. I hope it is clear to you, right? And then there is one more important class, or the interceptor. This interceptor is also very important, right? This is also called during this payment flow. So you should be well aware of one is the core filter, second is the SOP. For SOP call, this is the controller, right? And for HOP, this is the controller, hosted order pays mock controller. And for both the calls, this interceptor is the main, right? Payment mock controller handler interceptor dot java, this will be called. Okay, now it will be calling the next filter in the chain, and ultimately then it will be calling the controller. So let's move further, and you will see that now it is the request is landing on this interceptor, right, which I told you already. And in this interceptor, firstly we are intercepting what is the request URL. So here if you see, the request URL is this slash SOP mock slash process. Now after our fixes, let's see whether it is working now or not, or still any other fix is needed. We will see that. So I have just entered the 16 digit card number, and I can add this card verification number also. Right now, guys, I will click on next, and you can see after this, you can see this type of screen is getting loaded. And after that, hopefully, the payment details should be submitted. So let's wait whether it will throw in some error or it will proceed to the next order confirmation section. So you can see now it has proceeded to the next section, and even I can complete the order also. So if I click on the place order, so you can see I will be able to place the order also in the backend. If I show you the server logs, this is how it is looking, right? So I hope guys now it is clear to you how you can fix these details. So let's wait for the order confirmation. So guys, now you can see order confirmation page has been loaded. This takes some time because in the backend lot of exceptions are coming up. So I will be creating a separate video because these are the generic exceptions which everyone will be receiving in their system. So I will be creating a separate video how we can fix these exceptions, because this improves the server performance as well. But you can see now I am able to place the order, and this is the order number which is created. But I hope guys now you have a crystal clear solution for fixing the payment submission details, right? And we have discussed in this video about the course filter, about the different payment methods, SOP, HOP, and direct payment, right? And then finally we discuss what type of changes we need to do to fix this payment error. So I hope this video is useful for you. And guys, if you find this video useful, please share this channel with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.